tonight is the premiere of The Rise of Skywalker. As I do every year, me and a group of friends are going to go out for burgers at this great burger restaurant in London, Ontario called The Works. I suggest anybody coming to London, Ontario to check it out. The Works is great, and the kind of burgers that they can make. We've done this prior to seeing each Star Wars film in this new trilogy, and also Rogue One and Solo. But I'm not here to talk about The Rise of Skywalker. I want to address The Last Jedi. It was a very divisive film. It split the fan base right in two. And I can see why people were upset about it, but I'm here to defend The Last Jedi and what it meant to me, because I really liked The Last Jedi. So, one of the reasons is everybody bitched and complained that The Last Jedi, was too different. There were too many new ideas that Rian Johnson, who I think did a great job, took the movie in very different directions that they wanted him to. And this was coming off of the fact that everybody bitched that The Force Awakens was pretty much a carbon copy of A New Hope. It was nostalgia, and so they can't have their cake and eat it too. I really liked that The Last Jedi was different, explored new ideas, and it wasn't what I was expecting. And that's my second point, is every single character in The Last Jedi, give or take, went through a process of having one of their preconceived notions challenged, and they learned something new. So, for example, Rey had a preconceived notion about Luke that she was wrong about. In turn, Luke had a preconceived notion about the Force and, the journals of the wills, and, the Jedi history, and, his conversation with Yoda's ghost. He had his preconceived notions challenged. Rey was wrong about Kylo Ren and the ideas that she had about him being able to be redeemed. Snoke was wrong about Kylo Ren. And there's some stuff about that might be altered and resolved in The Rise of Skywalker. We'll have to see. Poe, this renegade, rough fighter pilot, doesn't listen to orders very well, is cocky, had a preconceived notion about what it means to be a leader. And, General Leia, slapped him in the face and demoted him down. And he, bumped heads with General Holdo. But eventually, Poe had a preconceived notion about what it meant to be a leader that was also challenged. So, and furthermore, the audience had a preconceived notion, I feel, that, this movie was going to be something, and it turned out to be completely different, which I liked. Another example is the casino part of the movie, which I know a lot of people hated. I agree with a bunch of people. 3/4 of that sequence could have been shaved off, and I think Rian Johnson could have gotten across the idea that he wanted to, which was, in my opinion, again, that things aren't always the way that you think they are. They're not going to turn out the way you think that they're going to. So when the Codebreaker and BB-8 rescue Rose and Finn in the ship that they stole, so that they could escape the casino planet, at the end of that sequence, they discover that it's not only the First Order that's buying weapons and ships and artillery from these people, but it's also the Resistance that's buying weapons too. it's a matter of business. Business is business. So Rose and Finn had a preconceived notion that the Resistance are these good, the good guys, but they're guilty of the same things that the First Order is guilty about. So, if you were the kind of person that wanted something different with The Last Jedi, and then complained that you got what you wanted, that's your problem. What I really liked about The Last Jedi was that it was different. It challenged ideas, especially about new Force abilities. And if you look at it from the point of view of, things aren't always as they seem in life, I think that was a fantastic way to look at how to do The Last Jedi, and I give Rian Johnson a huge kudos, commend him for a great job, and I cannot wait to see how J.J. Abrams closes out the trilogy and the saga tonight when I go see it for the late night screening. So have a great weekend, and if anybody's going to see The Rise of Skywalker, enjoy, and have a happy holidays.